Welcome to Mystery Teachings. My name is Gergő. I hope you are doing absolutely fantastic and amazing. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, greetings, and namaste. You are here for a reason. There is no coincidence. So welcome, and welcome to episode number 27, 10 signs you are spiritually awakening. So we are living in a world when the world is just awakening. We are ascending towards 5D, towards a higher consciousness, and the new earth is here, basically. The golden age is here, whether you can see it or not. We are in that era already. But what does it mean to be spiritually awakened? I would say, first of all, that no one is awake, okay? We all are awakening. Because it doesn't matter how awakened do you think you are, or on what level you think you are, there is always another level to go to. So we are all awakening. This is not something that happens overnight or in a matter of weeks or months or maybe years, and then you say, okay, I'm done, fine, I'm awake, all good. It doesn't work that way. We are all awakening, and there are many different levels. But being spiritually awakened, or being on the journey of spiritual awakening, comes with some obvious signs. And if you are not sure that you are awakening or not spiritually, then I'd like to help you with these 10 signs. This is obviously not a list that only this can happen. Obviously, hundreds of other things can happen. This is a list of my experience. These things are happening and happened to me in the past or in the future. Will happen, who knows, right? So 10 signs, and hope it's gonna help. So let's start with number 1, which is manifestation and your thoughts. So what I mean here is that all the things you are all the thoughts you have and the things you are thinking about constantly start to manifest faster and faster in your life. So for example, you have something in your mind constantly, an idea, another man or woman, or a relationship, or a career, or anything else, something that you keep on focusing and keep thinking about, and then you hear random people to talk about the same topic somewhere on the street, or you get an email, a newsletter, for example, or you hear something in radio. There are signs around you, and you just like, wow, is it coincidence? And there are no coincidences, so it's not. But these things happening faster and faster, and if you recognize, it's good that I did a bloopers video just before this video about all the 2022 bloopers. Now I can do another one for this year, and I can already start it. So if you recognize this, if you realize this, that your thoughts that you keep thinking manifesting faster and faster, that's a sign of spiritual awakening. So that's number 1. Number 2 is about numbers, which is one of my favorite topics. I know I say that all the time, but still, when you start seeing numbers, or you keep seeing numbers, repeating numbers constantly, everywhere, all the time. This is probably the biggest one for me. It happens to me every single day. Today I saw repeating numbers multiple times again. I remember 555. It was somewhere I was driving, and anyway, I saw 555 somewhere. Or for example, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you look at the time and it's 444 or 333, or during the day you see 1111, for example. So these numbers have all meanings. Obviously, numbers are the universal language, let's put it that way. And I was diving deeply into numerology the last couple of years, and numbers are just amazing, let's put it this way. And I'm gonna make a video about numbers and numerology, so I'm not going to details now, but if you see repeating numbers around you constantly, that's a clear sign that you are spiritually awakening. And the number 3, old friends and family. What I really mean here is that you might feel sometimes that you need to keep some distance from old friends and family members simply because they are not resonating with your journey anymore, if that makes sense. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you or you don't love them. It just means that you are on a different path, you are on a new path or on a new journey, and you just simply want to focus on that, and you don't want them to convince you not to do whatever you want to do. I hope that makes sense this way. So you feel like you need some distance from them. Maybe some people, some old friends will disappear from your life, or you're not gonna talk to them anymore, or just like once a year, happy birthday or something, Merry Christmas or whatever. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. And number four comes from number three, obviously, that you will have new friends. Those people who are on a same journey or a similar journey where you are. Maybe it's a spiritual journey, maybe some other type of journey. It doesn't really matter. But those people who are resonating with your recent emotions, your recent vibes, those people will start to enter into your life and will stay there. And for me, this is one of the biggest ones, because 2020, 2021, during we know what and you know what, a lot of people disappeared from my life. A lot of people decided to simply get rid of me from their life. But also, you know, the universe is always working on a really interesting way and always fill up the gap. So there was some gap there. Some people disappeared from my life and some new ones arrived. And those are, I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, that some of them became best friends, literally best friends in just a couple of weeks. And I could tell you even better stories than that, and more beautiful stories than that. And I'm grateful for all those people. So new people might come into your life who are on a similar journey, and then just say them welcome. So that's also a clear sign of your spiritual awakening. Number five, messages in music and guidance. So this is a really interesting one. When you hear certain messages in music, in songs, in radio, anywhere you listen to any music, and you will have a sense, you will have a feeling that, hey, is it a message for me? And this is what happened to me recently. There was two examples actually. There was one day when I was really pissed off about something, and I was driving and I was thinking about this situation, and you know, sometimes I just ask the universe that, hey, please give me some answers, please give me some guidance, please show me something, I'm lost. And I remember, and this evening I was driving the car, radio was on, and the song Let It Be from Beatles started playing. And it starts with, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And I'm like, wow, okay, so let it be. And I just allowed myself to feel that emotion, and I just let myself go with the flow. And sometimes we need that. And it was a great message for me, and I took it personal, and I said to the radio like, oh, thanks, that was a good one. And there was another one, it was last week actually, also driving my car, and I can't remember what was the song or what was the lyrics exactly, but it was about, my angel, how did you know I need you? And I listened to the radio, you know, driving the car, look at the dashboard, I'm like, wow, okay. So these are just few examples, but if you hear certain messages in music that you feel like, oh, maybe this is for me, that's definitely a sign that you are spiritually awakening. So that was number five. Number six, distractions. Wow, this is literally my January. This is how I can say it. I have so many plans for this year and also for January. Well, this is end of January, beginning of February. And what I planned for January, almost everything was delayed, procrastinated, didn't go that way, including making videos. I just had lots of distractions. And what I do in this case, or in this situation, and this is what I recommend to you as well, that just try to calm down, meditate, or whatever works for you, and listen to yourself. Listen what's going on inside, your intuition, your inner being. will tell you the answers. The answers are always inside of us. We always know the answers, but we just can't hear them, or we just can't hear our inner voice because our mind is too loud and too noisy with our thoughts, or our environment, or actually the whole world is too loud and too noisy if you think about it. That's why it's important to calm down and listen inside, listen to yourself, because the message is there, the answer is there always. But if you have distractions, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go that way, or I was thinking that maybe this is a sign that I shouldn't go that direction where I want to go, and that's when you need to calm down, and then you get the answer that no, keep going, but you will get distractions. My explanation for this is simple. The universe wants you to prove that you really want that thing, whatever it is. So it sends you distractions, and if you say, no, I don't care, no, I don't care, I just keep going, I keep going because I want this thing, then after a while, the universe will not send you more distractions, and it will say, okay, you proved it, you earned my trust, there you go. Choice is yours, go ahead. So this is what I mean by distractions. This is a really good one, and a clear sign of your spiritual awakening. So number 7, stars at night, or the flowers during the day, or the trees, or basically anything in nature will become more and more interesting. So sometimes here next to my room there is a small balcony, and sometimes I just go outside in the evening and I sit down and I'm staring the sky, look at the stars, sometimes thinking that are those all stars, or maybe some of our friends are out there. But obviously my opinion is that we are not alone. I think that's pretty much obvious for everyone, isn't it? I hope so. I think the idea that we are alone, that would be really scary for me. Like, what the hell are we doing in the middle of nothing? So that doesn't really make sense for me, and I cannot resonate with that. So yeah, sometimes I look up and say, is there anybody here? Maybe I'm crazy. Well, welcome to 2023. But these things and nature will become more and more interesting. Or as someone did it a couple of times, someone really close to my heart, and he said that he was cycling, and sometimes he just feels like he want to go to a tree and just hug the tree, and just to say thank you for producing all the oxygen for us. And it's absolutely not crazy. I can understand it, because nature and flowers and trees and the sky all become more and more interesting. That simply means that you are spiritually awakening. So where are we? Number 8, your diet and communication with the body. So your diet will become better and better because your body starts telling you what to eat, or what to eat to feed your spirit, if that makes sense. And what I mean by the body starts telling you, I usually say when you have that feeling that, oh, I would be really fancy some XYZ food, or I'd like to get some, I don't know, I don't want to give examples because, fill up the gaps for yourself. Obviously, I'm not saying like, oh, I want 3 or 4 different Ben & Jerry's ice creams, or not that. But when you feel like I want something healthy, something nutritious, something with vegetables, something that's good for me, that's when I say that when you have that feeling, that's the message from the body, from your body. And therefore, if your diet becomes better and better, and you are more and more conscious about what you eat and what you feed your spirit with, that's a sign that you are spiritually awakening. That's number 8. Number 9, the fear of what others think. Well, I made an entire video about this. That was my 2nd video on the channel, how not to give a shit about other people's opinion, something like that, or others' opinion, doesn't matter. If you are interested, just scroll back all the way to the beginning of the channel, it will be there. But basically this fear, you will lose this fear of what other people think. You will not worry about it anymore, like, oh, if I do this, or if I do that, or if I wear this clothes, or if I say that, or if I post this on social media, what will other people think? you will finally and hopefully get to the stage when you don't care. You just don't care. And again, watch the video and just don't give a shit. That's what I can say, because this is not being rude, but who cares, really? I mean, I would say that I am someone that I'm really trying not to judge anyone by anything. I'm not saying I always can, but I really try. And therefore I expect the same. So whatever I decide to do in life, I want to do that in life, regardless what other people think. And this is what I recommend to you as well. And if you are watching this video, that means you have some level of spirituality. And if you feel like you start losing the fear of what other people think, that's definitely a clear sign that you are spiritually awakening. That's number 9. And finally, number 10, spiritual development. It's very simple and quite straightforward that your spiritual development, your spiritual growth and learning will become the most important, one of the most important things in your life. Whether if it's reading a new book, whether if it's trying a new type of meditation, whether if it's anything, spiritual development, whatever that means for you, that type of growth and learning and evolving and developing and getting better spiritually will become one of the most important things in your life. And I hope that's the case, and I hope you got some value from this list. And if just one of them applies to you, please put it in the comments for me and let me know what applies in your life, in your spiritual journey. I'm really curious to see different people's different experience. So feel free to comment below. I hope you got some value, and if there is just one person who's got any value from this video, then it was worth it to record it. And obviously, feel free to share it if you want. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And just a quick side note, the next video on the channel will be Hungarian if you are on YouTube. I'm not sure about Bitchute, but it doesn't matter. But the next one will be Hungarian because I just feel like I want to do a Hungarian video for my fellow Hungarians. But then after, I will continue in English, obviously. So that was just a quick side note, but for tonight, thank you for watching. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you very, very soon. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.